안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Wednesday's special edition of the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects is what I usually say, but today we focus on the aspect of K-pop. And we're going to do that with my co-host Walter Lee joining me in the studio. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and hello to our viewers at home. I'm Walter Lee, here to co-host alongside Soa, and later our very lovely Bella will be joining us as well.
Right, that doesn't happen very often that we have you and Bella on the same day on the same show.
Yes.
But first, let me also introduce our news features reporter An Sung-jin, who's joining us as well. Hello, Sung-jin.
Hello, Sung-jin.
Hello guys, happy Wednesday, and hello to all of our viewers. My name is An Sung-jin, and I'm a news features reporter here at Arirang News. Happy to be part of the special edition of the Culture Wave today.
Right, and what would be a K-pop themed show be without K-pop Demon Hunters?
Of course.
Right. And I mean, even the president talks about it. So K-pop Demon Hunters, we covered this sensational animation film a number of times, but still people want to hear more about it. And that's why we have you here today.
Absolutely. Just as you think that there is no more to talk about the movie or the animated film K-pop Demon Hunters, I took an in-depth look to see what makes the movie so special. Now, how have these catchy songs and craze for K-pop appeal to the broader fans of Korean content? Worldwide hit, global musical sensation, potential goldmine. The craze continues for the K-pop Demon Hunters. From being Netflix's most watched animated film of all time, to its Billboard-topping original soundtrack, its monstrous success reflects K-pop's growing influence in the mainstream.
The songs are really nice, and I think that it opened more and more people to K-pop. Like even my mother watched it, and I think that it's a good opportunity for Korea to open up to the world even more.
Scenes with iconic K-pop idol light sticks or fan meetings put the spotlight on Korea's unique fan culture as well. But forget about the mere appeal of K-pop aesthetics. The film embeds a subtle but certain authenticity of Korean culture, offering a pathway into the expansion of Korean content for its global viewers.
I think it was in the beginning of the movie, it was eating the ramyeon and eating the bibimbap. I think in the plane, that was very culture. I really liked it as well. Made me crave to want to eat Korean food. It's like small exposure, but a very good exposure for them to visit Korea.
Members of the girl group Huntrix all perform with their signature 놀이개, often worn with the traditional attire to symbolize good fortune and wealth. Ancient fortresses or Namsan Tower, as well as public bathhouses and Hanyewon, or traditional Korean medicine clinics, accurately portray the everyday life beyond the niche elements in the entertainment industry. Food like kimbap and ramyeon, as well as Korean dining customs, highlight the details, and the characters bring life to folk art paintings such as takodo.
Not only is it very well made, but it's the Korean elements that become interesting and refreshing for Western viewers. With their popularity, these films serve as culture ambassadors, often more effective than government campaigns.
What makes Korean content like the animated film so beloved is the fact that it resonates with local authenticity and intertwines tradition, modern K-pop, and everyday elements, making it relatable in and outside of the country.
So, Sung-jin, you've covered a variety of reports related to K-pop Demon Hunters, but what was it really like covering the story?
Right, I'd say I covered about 4 articles related to K-pop Demon Hunters, but to start with the article that I've covered today, while I was doing these straight interviews, I've talked to a lot of passionate viewers, not only from Korea, from abroad as well. Now, the Malaysian man I met talked to me and told me that he had not only watched it 7 times, but after seeing this TikToks related to the locations of the animated film, he visited a couple of them himself. Now, I've previously visited the National Museum of Korea, where they were selling all sorts of related merchandise, which was also gaining a lot of popularity, like you guys saw in my previous article. But my personal favorite was the small pin with the image of a tiger and a magpie on it. Now, we've seen pins and pens, all sorts of merchandise, but I'd say that was my favorite.
I would actually have to have a huge one, not a tiny one. You
like
know,
a huge one.
Huge derpy, yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a standout character for most people. And for the thousands upon millions of fans out there, they would obviously like to know more things related to the animated film. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Great question, Walter, because there is a sing-along event which invites all the Huntrix and Sajaboy devotees out there and brings them all together. Now, unfortunately, it isn't being offered here in Korea, but this limited theatrical event will occur at screenings across the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK on August 23rd and 24th. So we really get to see how this animated movie is having an influence on viewers all around the world.
Well, I hope they're going to have a similar event someday near
Hopefully
us
in Korea as well.
And then surely Songjin is going to cover that as well.
Count me as the K-pop Demon Hunters reporter.
Okay, we'll do so. Well, thank you very much for your coverage today.
Thank you, Songjin.
My pleasure as always, guys.
자리는 내가 참더 태도는 폭포하게 되기를 폭주하는 기관총 몰아치는 허리케인이 뒤집어진 우산 잔소리꾼의 최후파 우리 좋구나 나무꾼은 어서 돌아가시오 여긴 나무랄 데가 없네 납작해질 리 없는 콧대 핏대와 함께 세운 집대 훨씬 더 웅장하게 되는 경적 소리 악당무리의 뜨거운 피가 돌아온 몸에 번져
레몬비 향기 아래 우리 햇살은 perfect diamond 어느새 입술 끝에 smiling 들뜨는 마음은 fly high 오늘의 배경은 blue sky 멀감이 번져도 난 cry our beautiful work of art
Time now for our K-Correspondent segment, where we go over abroad to talk about K-wave issues. And we're going to do that this time with our co-host Bella Kim. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa. Very happy to join you guys on today's very special show.
And I'm very happy to have you here as well. Now, the global popularity of K-pop is present in almost every corner of the world. Today, our attention is on Northern Europe. BTS, Blackpink, and recently even the fictional K-pop groups of the animated film K-pop Demon Hunters are gaining huge popularity in the region. Let's find out how K-pop is establishing itself in Northern Europe. And for that, we connect live with Professor Tobias Pleboch, a senior lecturer at the Department of Musicology at Uppsala University in Sweden. Hello, Professor Pleboch.
Hello, Professor.
Hello.
All right.
Hello from Sweden.
Hello from Korea. Now, Professor Pleboch, could you please introduce yourself to our viewers and also tell us how you got into K-pop?
Yes, I'm working at Uppsala University. This is about 40 minutes north of our capital, Stockholm. And I got into K-pop, I think, like millions of people around the world during the pandemic. You might know that Sweden did not have a hard lockdown, but we did go into home office for some time. One day I found a song with a funny title, Go-Go Bebe, by a group with a funny name, Mamamoo. And I thought, wow, this is really great music. Now, I have a classical background. I'm a conservatory trained musician, but here was great music that was very different from what I was used to be. So I digged into it, Mamamoo and many others, and my amazement did not stop about the beautiful melodies, fantastic choreographies, fast-paced, very precise rap, even polyphonic rap, so singing different raps at the same time. And the singing is sometimes not just singing, it's vocal art, so rich and colorful. So it was the musical quality that got me into K-pop.
Wow, it's so interesting to hear from your personal story of how you got into K-pop, and also Mamamoo, really, their vocals, if you once listen to them, you just can't stop listening to that group. Now, Professor Playbuch, we also just talked about the astounding popularity of K-pop Demon Hunters. So do the songs like Golden and Soda Pop also have a place on music charts in Sweden right now? And have you watched the film as well?
Yes, I did. It's great, fantastic. Demon Hunters is very popular on Netflix here. And I didn't track the individual songs, but the soundtrack is on #1 of the Swedish album charts right now. Also very high in Denmark and in Norway. But let me add something about Golden, because this struck me now as a musicologist. Golden has a very broad interval range. If you remember this, da da dee dum da da dee dum da da dee da dee. This is 1 octave plus a fifth.
Right.
This is very big, and I'm so glad that they kept this typical K-pop features in there, because big melodies has always been a particular strength of K-pop composition since many years. And the main theme of Golden, pay attention to it, there are motifs that pop up every now and then. So it is like a red thread, almost like a leitmotif that holds the entire movie together, musically together. And I love this, of course.
Wow, so definitely K-pop is huge in Northern Europe, but recently not only interest in K-pop, but Korean dramas, movies, and food have been growing significantly in Sweden and also other Northern European countries as well. So what changes stood out the most in terms of the recognition of Korean wave when it's compared to the past?
So I'm not a specialist in food and drama, but I talk to Koreans here and Swedish people. Definitely K-drama was the door opener here. Korean food also is increasingly important here. I can go just around the corner here. My local supermarket has Korean food and ingredients. And our second Korean restaurant just opened here a few months ago. And this is not a big town, it's a mid-sized town. But of course, I'm a little biased toward K-pop, and I do believe that the music has become the most powerful driving force recently for Hallyu. We have fan communities, cover dance groups, festivals, competitions, and specialized K-pop schools in Sweden and all over Europe here, in many countries.
Wow, fascinating. And Professor Playbuch, you mentioned that you held a seminar back in April regarding K-pop. Now, back in June, there was also Europe's first K-pop symposium that was held in Stockholm, and that was on the back of a K-pop festival. So please tell us what was discussed at the symposium, and how would you assess the socio-cultural influence of K-pop today?
Yeah, we collaborated with the festival in Stockholm. That was a festival and competition organized by the Korean Cultural Center, who were very supportive here. It was fantastic. And right one day after the festival, we started with the symposium, the academic stuff here. We had 42 speakers, the active participant plus guests from 16 countries, and only 4 of them were from Sweden. So it was almost worldwide, the speakers we had here. And the assessment of the social cultural impact, I would say the topics that they focused on, they are very significant of what's hot right now. And this is, of course, fandom. Fandom is super important for K-pop and the globalization and localization, as we call it. Then we talked a lot about K-pop style and music analysis. Basically, we dissected songs and videos.
That sounds like a very fun symposium. I mean, many symposiums might not, sound like fun necessarily, but this one really sounds like it has so many interesting aspects about K-pop. And I mean, now the next question is especially particularly for you as a musicologist. So Sweden is particularly renowned for its melody-centric songwriting and systematic music education. And Swedish composers have been involved in songs made by Red Velvet and BTS and Twice and others. So how do you think the music cultures of Korea and Sweden complement each other?
Yep, you're right. There is a long and very close collaboration between Swedish composers and the Korean industry here. I think the reasons for that is that Sweden has a very long and internationally successful songwriting tradition. Think ABBA, back in the 70s and 80s. So we have many composers here and producers. Sweden is a small country, population-wise. We have less than 11 million inhabitants here, population. But there are many composers and producers. We have specialized schools who are focusing on composition, production, performance. And we have great support from the media, Spotify, of course, and public media also. Now, put these three things together: institutions, traditions, and infrastructure. And then you get a musical power, so to say, that is almost unstoppable.
Wow. So we can definitely see that, Korean wave is receiving tremendous love in European countries as well. But what is it about K-pop and these Korean contents that's so appealing to locals in Sweden or in Northern European countries?
I went to a K-pop dance workshop, an open workshop, for everybody can come, last year in Stockholm. It was a big hall. I saw kids, 7, 8 years old. I saw moms and dads, many teenagers, of course, and I saw grandmas in their 60s learning to dance K-pop. So this is one special thing. The northern cultures are very inclusive. Everybody can come and join. Another thing is that also the dance cover groups, they're always mixed, those that I've seen. Never just boys or just girls, always boys and girls together. Then there is an interesting aspect about K-pop itself that makes it so attractive, I think. And this is that I believe that all K-pop songs are more or less theatrical. All K-pop songs have big feelings and a sequence of implied events. There is one final aspect that is super interesting to me, and this is that the language barrier is surprisingly low. Korean, so almost nobody speaks Korean. A few people speak Korean, especially teenagers don't. But that language barrier almost does not exist. I could imagine that BTS or Twice or Enhypen or whatever, they could sing from the Korean telephone book. As long as the names are beautiful, sound pretty, and are well integrated with melody, harmony, rhythm, and dance, and we would still love it.
Super interesting indeed, Professor Playbook. Now, finally, we have one question for you now. What do you think is important for K-pop to become more deeply rooted in Northern Europe? Do you have any, hopes for the future of K-pop in your region?
The catchword is glocalization, and I think you talked about this already on Ariran. So that means global expansion and at the same time adaptation of K-pop for local communities and by local communities. But this is something that you do not need to push because it's already running almost by itself. I do hope that at least some K-pop groups keep pushing the limits. I have one more wish, if I'm daydreaming here about future K-pop, and this is I'm hoping for long and complex forms. Not just 2, 3, 4-minute songs, but continuous music of 30 minutes maybe, coherent, complex, entertaining, and artistically sophisticated. So you need very creative composers, lyricists, story developers, set designers, choreographers, video artists, and producers to invent that thing that doesn't exist yet. Coherent, 30-minute, that's exciting and entertaining and formally sophisticated. And of course, you need a production company who is willing to put the money on the table and take the risk, because this is risky.
Well, I hope that many people in the industry, producers and artists, take note of that recommendation. I think it's going to be a very creative, a new way to listen to K-pop.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Playbook, for your insights today. And we look forward to not only a further expansion of K-pop in Sweden and in Northern Europe, but also lots of cooperation in the field of music with Swedish artists and composers. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you for having me.
It's time now for our K-Enter segment, but a very special one with both our co-hosts and K-Enter News presenters, Walter and Bella. Walter's back in the studio, and Bella is here again as well. So today we're going to delve into the world of K-pop rookie groups that debuted this year.
That's right. Yes, it's been a big year for both male and female groups alike, so including those from the big 4 K-pop groups, so I'm really excited to talk about them.
Right, namely Big Hit Music, JYP, YG, SM, you know. And I do have to say, we're seeing a lot of girl power this year.
Well, I think the boy groups are doing pretty well as well, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, why don't we let our viewers decide, and let's get right into the first group that we're going to introduce. And Walter, you're going to represent the boys today, and we're going to start with you because this is a boy group that just debuted.
They did just debut, so we are starting big. I'm talking Big Hit Music, big to be more precise. Let me introduce you to Craze. Now, I actually talked about them recently, who debuted on Monday. Now, Craze are the first boy group from Big Hit Music in 6 years, following Tomorrow by Together, or TXT, and coming some 12 years since BTS made their debut as well. Now, the 5-member group got their name Craze from the slogan in the title of their debut album, which is called Color Outside the Lines. Now, the main track, What You Want, was released on Monday, and I was hooked from the get-go. Crash, smash, rock, mash up. Ooh, take what you want. Craze will officially release their debut album, Color Outside the Lines, on September 8th. It features 5 tracks, the one I just mentioned, What You Want, as well as Go, Fashion, Joyride, and Lullaby, along with 8 music videos, 3 of which are conceptual performances films showing off their choreography, including the one I just badly sang.
Okay, well, thank you for that introduction and for your singing, Walter. Yes. And are you ready, Bella? Who's the next group?
I'm ready. It's now time for girl power. Baby, you make me smile. Hearts to Hearts is the latest girl group from SM Entertainment. The group has 8 members: Jiu, Karemen, Yuha, Stella, Jooeun, Aina, Ian, and Yeon. They made their debut on February 24th of this year with their first single, The Chase. The group name Hearts to Hearts means connecting hearts, aiming to connect with global fans through their music. And they are SM's first girl group in over 4 years after aespa, and debuted in a year that marks 30th anniversary of SM Entertainment. So after a successful debut, Hearts to Heart recently released a new single, Style, in June, and they actually remind me of one of my favorite girl group, Girls' Generation. So I'm very looking forward to their future activities.
You remind us of Girls' Generation today, Bella.
Right.
All right, and next we're going to talk about a boy group again. So Walter, your turn.
Back to the boys, and we've got to talk about JYP's Kickflip, who debuted in January with their mini album, Flip It, Kick It, and their main single that they first came out with, Mama Said. Now, this 7-member group came out of the gates hot, selling 270,000 copies of their album in the first week just alone. But the boys weren't ready to slow down there, as it only took them 4 months after their debut to release their second EP, Kick Out, Flip Now, showing their hard work and dedication to their fans. Now, the boys are moving fast in the world of K-pop and already performing at some of the biggest festivals overseas. Recently, Kickflip performed at Lollapalooza in Chicago, warming up the crowd for their female seniors Twice, who headlined that festival. The boys are currently working on their third EP, which is due to come out in September, so those Kickflip fans are getting a lot of love and a lot of tricks from these boys this year.
And I'm sure many years to come.
Yes.
So we did talk about Big Hit and SM and JYP. So what about YG?
That's a very good question. So when will this highly anticipated new girl group, currently known as Next Monster, make their debut? Who's going to be part of it? Information has been coming out very slowly, bit by bit. For now, we do know that it's a girl group with 4 members, and 2 of the members are Ibeli and Tanya. Their practice videos are already receiving loads of love with millions of views. And YG has announced that they will soon unveil the other 2 members along with additional information about the group. So I will definitely keep you guys updated.
Please do so. But Bella, Walter, that's not it. You have more?
That I do indeed. I also have some notable mentions that I have to keep an eye on. Now, starting off with a 9-member group called AHOP, which means 9 in Korean, but actually the group stands for All Time Hall of Famer. Now, that group is managed by FNF Entertainment and was formed through a reality competition show called Universe League. Now, they debuted on July 1st and introduced their first mini album called Who We Are. Now, it didn't take the boys long to impress, as they achieved a triple crown of trophies from major music shows. And also, 7-member group Close Your Eyes. Now, from the label Encore, they debuted on April 2nd. Now, this group was also formed through an audition program called Project 7. Now, the Close Your Eyes name signifies delivering music that convinces you not only through performance, but when you also listen to it when you close your eyes. Now, their first EP, Turnout, performed well among fans, and the single All My Poetry won its first trophy on the music show The Show.
I also want to continue with some more girl groups as well. First is Soa's favorite. You know songs from their song as well?
Are you talking about Kiki?
Yes!
Okay, is it my turn to sing?
Yes, it's your turn to shine.
I do me, I do
it
it
right.
right.
Yes!
Ooh, I did it right.
Yes, you did it right. It is Kiki, 5-member group. They are known as the younger sister of IVE, as both are from Starship Entertainment. And they pre-released their single I Do Me in February and officially made their debut in April with their first EP, Uncut Gem, followed by Dancing Alone earlier this month. So what's very notable with Kiki is that they won first place in one of the major music shows in Korea just 2 weeks after their debut. The second group I also want to mention is a girl group that most recently made their debut. It's At Heart, just last week with their first album, Plot Twist. Now, their agency is Titan Content, made by the former CEOs of SM Entertainment. And even before their official debut, they earned recognitions from Billboard, Variety, and Teen Vogue as one of the most promising K-pop acts of this year.
Wow, I'm looking so much forward to all of these groups. Really excited to all the milestones that we're going to see in the future. And very great reporting from both of you, Bella and Walter. Thank you very much, Walter. We're going to see you back soon.
See you very soon.
And thank you, Bella, as always. We're going to see you here again soon as well.
Yes, I'll see you back tomorrow.
Tomorrow, that is. Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. And please tune in to Arirang TV's special program, K-Pop, The Next Chapter at 5 p.m. Korea time. And thanks for watching.